Welcome back to your science class. I hope, children, that you all had a nice time and you all are safe and sound at your home. Today we will start with fungi. Fungi are present everywhere, whether it is in deserts or it is in the cold regions. So from deserts to the cold regions, fungi are present everywhere. But you can see fungi growing maximum in dark, warm and moist places. That means wherever there is moisture and there is warmth and it is dark, the fungi will grow there. Fungi can be unicellular or multicellular. Okay, unicellular means consisting of one cell and multicellular means consisting of many cells. Okay, fungi are not having roots, stems, leaves or flowers. Okay, and they also do not contain chlorophyll. So either they are saprophytic or they are parasitic. You have already studied about saprophytes and parasites. Parasites and saprophytes means the organisms which depend on other organisms for their food. Okay, those organisms are called as parasites. They depend on other organisms, and saprophytes depend on dead and decaying organism. Now you all must have seen bread mold. Okay, if you take a bread and if the bread is kept at your home for many days, you will see the growth of fungi. Okay, you will see the growth of fungi on top of that. That is greenish gray patches on bread or any of the food items. You say pickles. Okay, pickles, chapatis, breads. If you keep it for a very long time, you will see the mold on top of those pickles. Now we will see what are the different kinds of fungi. Okay, some common fungi plants are rust mushrooms. You all are quite familiar with mushrooms. Okay, then puffballs, moles, mildews and yeast. These are all plant fungus. Okay, then you have got parasitic fungus. Parasitic fungus means the fungus which grows on the living plant or animals. Okay, parasites, you have already studied about parasites. That means they depend on other organisms for their food. So the fungus which grows on living plant or animals to obtain their food are called as parasitic fungi. Okay, so the example of parasitic fungi is mildews. Then you have got saprophytic fungi. What are saprophytic fungi? Saprophytic fungi means the fungi which grow on decaying or rotting plants or animals. And they are called as saprophytic fungi, like moles. You all have, just now I told you, moles. It can be seen on anything, okay? Like bread. Just now I told you, bread, pickles, fruits, vegetables which starts rotting. Rotting means sadhana. Okay, you can see all those on top of that you can see white. Sometimes it may be white color, sometimes it may be blackish or grayish color, sometimes it may be green color. Okay, so all these are the moles. Even the mushrooms are large saprophytic fungi. They are also saprophytic fungi. And where have you seen the mushrooms? Again, you can see the mushrooms especially during the rainy seasons growing on the tree trunks. Okay, where there are some, if the woods or the trees are rotting, there you will see the mushroom. Now again, you have got some uses of mushrooms as well as useful mushrooms. Not mushrooms, useful fungi as well as harmful fungi. See, many fungi, they are very useful, like in food. You all know the most edible fungi is the mushrooms. Mushrooms we all eat as food. Then you have got cakes and breads. Cakes and breads, they are made with the help of yeast. Okay, and what do the yeast do? You have studied in class 7th that the yeast, it starts reproducing whenever it gets suitable temperature. What will it do? It will start producing carbon dioxide and the fermentation will start. And as what happens when fermentation means they start multiplying, reproduction starts, and they produce carbon dioxide gas. Okay, and when they produce carbon dioxide gas, it is because of the production of more and more carbon dioxide gas that the dough rises in volume. Okay, whenever you are making cakes, breads, or you must have seen your mother's making chola baturas, so they add yeast and it will make the bread and cakes very spongy. Okay, then there are certain species of fungi which are used to manufacture alcohol and wines by a process called as fermentation. Last year you have studied about yeast. Okay, they are used for making they are used to make beers and wines. That is, they are used for the process of fermentation. Then they are also used to make medicines. Medicines are made from some fungi, and the common example is penicillin, which is made from the fungus Penicillium. Okay, and then there are many fungus which helps in the decomposition of dead plants and animals, and they makes the soil very, very fertile. Okay, now in 1929 there was a scientist called as Alexander Fleming. He was the one who discovered that a chemical produced by fungus, that is the penicillium, destroyed other microorganisms. Now this penicillin is an antibiotic. It is a very common antibiotic, penicillin. Okay, and it comes from which? It is coming from the fungus penicillium. Now we will see what are the harmful fungi. This fungi, just now when I told you that it is responsible for the spoilage of food. That is, growth of mold can make the food unfit. Molds will grow on citrus fruits, fruit juices, vegetables and spoil them. That means if you leave them for a long period of time, you will see that there are white colored substances or black colored molds which form on the food, and you can see them with the naked eye on any of the food item which is spoiled. Okay, then it also causes diseases. Fungus causes diseases in human beings, plants as well as animals. Fungus are the ones which causes the skin diseases, okay, like athlete's foot and ringworm. They causes the skin diseases. And then spoilage of leather. The fungus, they grow on leather footwear. You must have noticed, children, especially during the monsoon season, if your shoes and all are kept as it is, your shoes, your bags and all, you will see the growth of fungus on top of that. Why? Because they stay moist for a long period of time, and then what do? It spoils the leather. So these are some of the harmful fungi and the useful fungi. The rest we will continue in the next chapter. Thank you and stay safe.